Hey, Jay.
Yeah, Jay.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What should we talk about?
I don't know. It's been a while. What should we talk about?
Talk about sports, video games. We could talk about video games.
I know.
Politics, 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 politics. Yes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Thoughts by Jay Brown segment. Now, you'll notice that I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore in my last video because of the free speech video I did about Twitch, because I'm recording both the same night. So, yeah, let's have a little fun with this. So today, well, tonight, as you can see right behind me here, maybe. Yeah, it's still dark out. Today I thought I would talk about news going around about how we are being scammed in this COVID-19 relief bill, the stimulus bill. It was brought to my attention about this tweet that I'm about to share from Tipster, because it was mentioned in his live stream. So I saw it and found the account and pulled up the tweet myself. When I read it, I'm like, that's BS, whatever. I hope my representatives didn't vote for this. I still kind of feel that way, but not exactly the same way that I feel about it after reading the section of the bill. But also, on the same note as this tweet, and we'll get to that, I also find myself agreeing with someone I wouldn't normally agree with. So, yeah. Oh, and before I forget, I am also on a second cam. I put my GoPro back over here because I didn't like the angle of the way it looked coming this way. There's a lot of clutter over here, and I just don't like the way it looks. There's clutter over this way, but it's not as bad, and I can crop it out right with the GoPro. So for now, we'll keep it over here until we figure out things a little bit better. But enough of my creative whimsy. Let's move on to the topic at hand. So, John Scarce, the bill that would make streaming copyrighted content for profit a felony is actually being passed. It was sneaked into the COVID-19 relief bill that was voted on today. Some streamers and YouTubers will now need to be worried about jail time if copyright holder pursues you. All right, that's a lot to unpack, and I will unpack it when I get to the actual bill. But you are, John, I hate to say this, you are actually creating drama where there doesn't necessarily need to be drama. And like I said, we'll get to it when we get to the bill. But let's go over my other point, which was I find myself agreeing with AOC. Like, really, I agree with her on this topic. This is why Congress needs time to actually read this package before voting on it. The members of Congress have not read this bill. It is over 5,000 pages. It arrived at 2 p.m. today, and we are told to expect to vote on it in 2 hours. This isn't governance. This is hostage taking. She has never spoken a truer word in her life in regards to the government. I kid you not. She has not done that. And through the link in the Hollywood Reporter video is the link to the bill. And that bill is, give me just a second here because I got to pop it up. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong page. But we'll go up to the top here. Let me get it pulled up here. Where did you go? All right, so we are on page 2539 out of 5,593 pages. It's 5,600 pages long, and you expect them to read it in 2 hours? What the bloody F? But this is in regards to the short title Consolidated Appropriations Act 2021. Okay. So let's go up here, 2539. As you can see, I found it doing a search for the term copyright. Okay, so I'm going to close out the window here, or at least this part of the window. Title 2, Intellectual Property. Subtitle A, Copyrights. Section 211, Unauthorized Streaming. A, Amendment. Chapter 113 of Title 18 United States Code is amended by inserting after Section 2319, Bravo, the following. Section 2319C, Illicit Digital Transmission of Services. It goes over the definitions. I'm not going to go over those. If you want to read them, I will get the link from the story and put it down in the description. Because that's page 2540 and 2541. Oh, wait, we might actually be into the heart of the bill. Never mind. Okay, nope, not in the heart of the bill yet. So, okay, so we're in the, I want to go mainly to the prohibited act, okay? It shall be unlawful for a person to willfully and for the purposes of commercial advantage or for private financial gain offer or provide to the public a digital transmission of services that 1. Is primarily designed or provided for the purpose of publicly performing works protected under Title 17 by means of digital transmission without the authority of the copyright owner or the law. 2. Has no commercially significant purpose or use other than to publicly perform works protected under Title 17 by means of digital transmission without the authority of the copyright owner or the law, or is intentionally marketed by or at the direction of that person to promote its use in publicly performed works protected under the Title 17 by means of digital transmission without the authority of the copyright holder or law. Okay. Now let's go back up here because this is I should have actually covered this. This is actually the definition of a work. The term work being prepared for commercial public performance means a computer program, musical work, motion picture, or other audiovisual work, or sound recording if at the time of unauthorized public performance. 1. A copyright owner has a reasonable expectation of commercial public performance and the copies or phono records of the work have not been commercially publicly performed in the United States by or with the authorized copyright holder. A motion picture, if at the time of unauthorized public performance, the motion picture has not been made available for viewing in a movie theater. It is not made publicly available for sale to the general public, bought in the United States, or with authorization from the copyright holder in a format intended to permit viewing, i.e. Blu-ray, DVD, or digital download, like authorized digital download, like through iTunes, that type of thing. And had not been commercially publicly performed in the United States by or with the authorization of the copyright holder more than 24 hours before the unauthorized public performance. Okay. So that's a lot to unpack here, but basically if you are a creator working on something that you're going to put out and sell to the public, like you're putting on, let's say Hamilton, just for example. Let's say for Hamilton, they recorded their dress rehearsal, and whoever filmed the dress rehearsal for them put it out and sold digital copies online just for their sole purpose of gaining money off of the project, on top of what they were paid by the production company. Okay, before the show even starts, under this amendment, they would be able to go to jail. Okay. They're not talking about a YouTube streamer who is playing GTA and you turn on the radio by accident and you click the rock channel and Highway to the Danger Zone comes on. That's not what this amendment is for. This amendment is for people releasing stuff like, for example, the latest movie coming out, Wonder Woman 84, coming out in theaters and HBO Max on December 25th. If it shows up on December 23rd, illicitly on the internet, and you buy a copy, or you're the one selling the copies here in the US, you can go to jail, especially now that this has passed the House and the Senate. It's still up for the president's signature. But point being, I believe they passed this with enough that even if he vetoes it, they can override him, but we'll see. The point is, it's not generated at the general streamer, the general YouTuber for using content. Much like in my last video, I used content from Twitch and their town hall. I used a very small segment of it, which I'm allowed to do under fair use. Under fair use, I am protected from these types of things. Now, it's an affirmative defense. It's not something that I can just take for granted, but it is something that if Twitch were to sue me for it, I could go and say, hey, I took this small section, I talked about the issue, and I moved on. You know, I talked about multiple issues, but I did talk about this, etc. So, here's the thing. We have to look at this as, yes, streamers and everybody has to be wary of what they use copyrighted material. Okay. But we also have to be cautious. I don't want to say cautious. We have to be aware that we also have rights. But we can't be going and stealing somebody else's content and uploading it. It's just like you can't go and steal. Right now, I could not take the Goonies, the movie The Goonies, upload it to my YouTube channel and get away with it. Even though I'm not monetized, I can still get fined and get in trouble for uploading their entire content. Not that I would do that, but it's neither here nor there. The point of the matter is that this right here, the prohibition and the penalties are, and let's just go over the penalties really quick. Any person who violates the subsection B shall be, and in addition to any penalties provided under Title 17 or any other law, fined under this title for imprisonment not more than 3 years or both, fined under this title in prison for not more than 5 years or both, if A, the offense is committed in connection with one or more works being prepared for commercial public performance. So again, if I am actually making if I were to film something that's going live tomorrow or even 2 days from now, and I upload it for personal gain, the copyright holder can come after me. And if I'm doing it for not just one, but 2 or 3 or more, I can get in some serious trouble. B, the person knew or should have known that the work was being prepared for a commercial public performance, i.e., we're selling tickets to this thing, or we're printing DVDs and Blu-rays and we're going to sell them as a copy, or CDs if it's musical work, because musical work is included in this. 3, fined under this title in prison not more than 10 years or both if the offense is a second or subsequent offense under this section or section 2319A as an alpha. So there you go. There is what it is. This is not an attack on the streamers. This isn't what it was made out to be at the beginning, like I showed you with the Scarce Tweet. It's a way of protecting live performances. I have the right as a creator or a musician to create and go on concert, go out on a tour. But my buddy Steve, and no, I'm not meaning McCrae, I'm just using the generic name Steve. My buddy Steve can't film me practicing this song on the stage during a sound check the day before and upload it to his YouTube or Twitch or Bitchute or whatever, and sell it as or obtain ad revenue or monetization for it. Because heaven knows he would premiere it and get the super chat, the sweet, sweet super chats. He could get in trouble under one of these penalties. Now, if I am to do my gameplay, like say I become a game reviewer, and I decide that I'm going to, and I make a game review of the latest, whatever, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Madden, whatever, and I make my review and I'm playing the game, EA and the copyright holders wouldn't actually come after me because one, they gave me a copy of the game for free to show to the world, but two, if they did, I would have some protection. Now, if I obtained an illicit copy, like I'm an employee at EA working on a different project, my buddy's like, "Hey, here's a copy of the the PC version or the Xbox version," or I find a way of making that file available to me, or I go down to the warehouse and steal one, something like that, and I start playing it, and making money off of it, 2-3 weeks before the launch, I can get in trouble for that, not just because of my NDA with the company, but also because of this law. So it's entirely being done as a scare tactic, in my opinion. But at the same time, both tweets are not entirely wrong. Again, Scarce is right that there is some issues with it, but he's also wrong in the sense that it's not the scare tactic that it's supposed to be. And AOC is 100% correct. If I was a Congress representative or a senator myself, I would have voted no on this for the simple fact that I have not had the opportunity to read it fully and understand it and comprehend what it is. Now, with that said, I have staff. I could be like, okay, you go over this section, I go over this section, and we can break it down and everybody come together with cliff notes and parse through it. That's the best way to handle it. But the problem is Congress, AOC yourself, you guys have allowed yourselves to lose sight and focus of these budgets, that instead of actually passing a budget each year, you're passing appropriation bills. How about we stop doing that and actually budget things out? Now, I understand emergency appropriations because of a scare like COVID-19. Okay, that's fine. I get those types of things. But there's no reason a bill should be 5,600 pages long. 5,600 pages. And expect them to read it in 2 to 3, even 4 hours. I'm sorry. But Nancy Pelosi and, wow, can I not think of his name? Mitch McConnell. How dare you have these standards? Yes, everybody wants to get home for the holidays. They want to be home with their families. I get it. But the problem is, you should have had this done 2 to 3 weeks before Thanksgiving. Maybe not have it go into effect till now, but you could have it. You should have had this done and voted on before the holidays. I now am technically underrepresented because I can't get in contact with my local congressman, Denny Heck, because he's leaving office. And, what's her name? Mary Strickland, hasn't taken office yet and hasn't taken an oath of office. So I can't technically actually talk to her about this either. Because she's not the one voting on it. He is. I mean, I can always talk to Patty Murray and Maria Cantwell. That's not the point. The point is, none of the people who are voting on this bill should have had to vote on it this quickly. So, with that, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for having patience with me. And I look forward to making more content and hopefully getting out in front of some of these stories. I won't always be able to, but I hope you will be patient with me, especially if I do pull up something that's several days old, like the previous video. So, have fun, take care, enjoy your holidays, and be kind to everybody. Okay, let's not even go with the be kind. Just be yourself and don't be obsessively offended about everything. Because, I'm sorry, life is too short. So, let's have a little fun. And let's go. Wrong sound effect. All right. I will put in the proper sound effect later. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Peace.